What CFI does is we work with a small group of children that are the poorest children, children that would not be here without support, children that were or would be trafficked, severely abused, would not get an education. So we locate these children, the ones that are really most at risk and in the worst situations, and we commit to supporting them until they have completed their education and are able to support themselves. In doing this, we are able to have a huge impact on their lives. 32 years after the war has officially ended, the educational system in Cambodia is still very, very underdeveloped. A lot of poor children don't even attend school. It's especially dangerous for young girls. They're willing to sacrifice their own education, and they're often willing to sacrifice their own future in order to support their parents and their younger siblings. As a young, uneducated girl, you're at very, very big risk of being forced into prostitution or coerced into it because of lack of other ways to make money, to support yourself, to support your parents, your siblings.
អ្វីដែលយើងបានជួយក្មេងហ្នឹងគោលបំណងរបស់អង្គការដែលយើងជួយគឺយើងជួយរយៈពេលវែងគឺឲ្យគេរៀនសូត្របានដែលយើងបានជួយអ្វីដែលយើងបានឃើញស្ថានភាពបែបនេះហើយគឺយើងបានជួយធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យក្មេងនឹងបានទៅរៀនជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃហូបចុកបានគ្រប់គ្រាន់និងមានសុវត្ថិភាពក្មេងដែលយើងបានឧបត្ថម្ភគាត់មានសំណាងពីព្រោះថាយើងបានមានកម្មវិធីមានជួលម៉ូតូឌុបដើម្បីជូនគាត់មកយកគាត់ដល់ផ្ទះដើម្បីទៅដល់សាលា CFI និងជូនពី CFI មកផ្ទះវិញ
If we're going to be able to serve the neediest children, we really need to help them in ways specific to their situation. For example, some are children of migrant workers and they never get to settle down and access school. Others are orphaned and have younger siblings. They need to work and provide and essentially live on their own with younger siblings. Sometimes a 10-year-old has to take care of a younger sibling, so a single mother can work at the market and earn barely enough to survive. And only once the individual situations of the children who are really the poorest of the poor are understood, can they ultimately be successful in accessing school, coming to school regularly, being healthy enough to attend school. For these families living on the margin, just one bad harvest or one person in the family getting ill could send the whole family and the children included down this path of continuing and perpetuating this cycle. On the other side, it also doesn't take ultimately that much to ensure that their basic needs are being met, and then tying that in with education programs that will allow them to reach this potential.
CFI Center, we have a little school. We have 5 classrooms. We give catch-up classes in Khmer literacy and mathematics. Those are mainly aimed at helping children that have never been in school or that have dropped out of public school for several years, at helping them catch up to an age-appropriate level in public school and then help them re-enter. We have a library at CFI. We have an activity room that's full of games, and children can go in there to just sit by themselves and draw, or to play games together, play Lego. As part of the public school access program, as we call it, we provide uniforms as well as all the other school materials that they need, like notebooks, pens, erasers, all of those things. If they don't have shoes, we will get shoes to them. We provide bicycles to children so that they can even access public school. With families that would not be able to send their children to school otherwise, we provide rice once every month to those families, and that's just supplementing the lost income from the children. So children then don't need to work anymore, and the rice that we support is contingent on them going to school.
ហើយជាពិសេសអង្គការបានផ្ដល់អ្វីដែលសំខាន់គឺសុវត្ថិភាពសហគមន៍ខ្ញុំពេលខ្លះគ្រួសារក្រីក្រគាត់មានជំងឺឈឺឆ្កាត់ច្រើនគាត់អត់មានលុយកាក់ទេគាត់តែងព្រួយបារម្ភហើយផ្លូវចិត្តគាត់ពិបាកមែនទែនពេលខ្លះគាត់ប្រើអំពើហិង្សាពេលដែលអង្គការបានចូលមកដល់អង្គការបានជួយដល់គាត់ដល់សុខភាពរបស់ពួកគាត់ពេលគាត់ឈឺឬក្មេងៗដែលមានជំងឺអង្គការបានជួយថែទាំយកចិត្តទុកដាក់និងជូនទៅមន្ទីរពេទ្យ
I studied with Jenny and Andrew for 2 years and now I work in CFI as a house mother and take care of the children. CFI support me to go to university and I hope that I can get a good future.
ខ្ញុំយល់ថាក្មេងៗទាំងអស់គ្នានៅក្នុងប្រទេសខ្មែរពួកគេគួរទៅសាលារៀនដើម្បីទទួលបានចំណេះដឹងនិងចំណេះធ្វើផ្សេងៗទៀតណាពួកគេអត់មានចំណេះដឹងផ្សេងឬក៏ពួកគេអត់បានចូលសាលារៀនរដ្ឋទេពួកគេនឹងទទួលរងនៅភាពអវិជ្ជាការអត់ចេះអក្សរនិងដឹកនាំជីវិតរបស់គេនឹងទៅរកភាពដែលល្ងងខ្លៅអត់បានគិតអីវិញឆ្ងាយហើយនឹងក្រុមគ្រួសាររបស់ពួកគេនឹងឬក៏គេដែលផ្ទាល់នឹងងាយទទួលរងគ្រោះដោយសារភាពអវិជ្ជារបស់ពួកគេ
CFI always tries to help children stay with their families, if possible with their parents, but if they don't have any parents or if the parents cannot care for them or have abandoned them, we try to help them stay with a grandparent or with their aunt and their uncle, and we will go to great lengths to make that possible, which is one of the reasons why CFI is so successful in reaching out to some of the neediest children.
We can see right now as the result of most of the kids when they've been for those who've been coming here, we can see the change and the progress in their life. We can see that in the future they will be able to access their potential and the goal, which is the goal of CFI.
The children, when they come, they start improve and they get happy, very safe for them. And they grow up very fast.
The whole center, which we put a lot of effort to make beautiful with clean, cool classrooms and a library and a playroom and a beautiful garden that children are planting flowers and trees in and a soccer field and just the whole experience of being in a learning environment that's nurturing is really critical.
Many girls, when they first came to live with us, we could tell that they didn't have any trust. They didn't have any. Even when we first met them in their villages or after finding them and bringing them back from Thailand, we could tell that they didn't expect anything from their lives. But gradually, after some time, they've changed so much. They're really happy now. They love their house mother. They work together with each other really well. They do homework together. They sing together and draw together. It's just really nice to see how they completely opened up now, and how they realize, oh, I can do something. I am someone, and I have a right. I have a right to be safe. I have a right to go to school, and I have a right to be happy and to play. So there's a complete transformation that's happened with several of the girls there. And that's just beautiful to see.